back to Nia Reads. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for, sticking with me. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I apologize for that. I am a college student on my last semester, so it's a little bit difficult to do college, work, and do this all with every single week, consistently every single week. It's difficult, and editing and stuff, it gets a little difficult, but that is, it's on me. I apologize for that. I am going to try and work better with my schedule and be able to create content that is of the utmost quality, because I don't want to produce anything that's just okay, or something where I don't feel like I put my all into. So I don't want to do that to y'all, and I'm pretty sure y'all wouldn't want to do or want to participate in that either. So I'll just be uploading when I feel like I have the potential, have everything in order, have what I want to say be conveyed in a way where it doesn't feel like it was written in a couple of minutes, or you know what I mean, or a couple of hours, because that's literally impossible. But yeah, so I just want to read in between the lines of the Aberrations with y'all, and we can just get a little bit deeper dive into this short story that I made a couple of weeks ago. So let's get on into it. So the title itself, The Aberrations, it basically explains just people who are outsiders, people who go against the norm. And the norm in this case, in this future, is basically just being a zombie, or basically a zombie, since they're zoinking everybody with all these government mandated drugs and stuff, and government food and government job and blah 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 blah, government. So I felt like I wanted to dive into the sci-fi realm by going into destruction, or kind of I would say soft destruction, because it's not really destruction as much as it potentially could be. Wink, wink. And I just wanted to go down the realm of that. And this is my first time doing a sci-fi genre of sorts, so I felt very proud of what I made, but I do also feel like I could go even further. And it was fun to create, to be honest. And so the Aberrations, they're just little rebels. And then we can go on to the names. So we have Sen, Vin, and Drew as the first people that you meet, and then you meet Sophia and Oliver later on into the story. So I wanted to create people with short names. They all have 3-letter names, not only because my name is 3 letters, but just because I feel like it's easier to truncate people and make them feel more uniform if everybody has 3-letter names. And I felt like that was, pretty prevalent throughout the story, just the fact that they all have the same feeling of a name, and they all kind of feel like a collective unit. I feel like I have a potential later on in the future to, I'll get more into that, but to explain the characters a little bit more, separate them a little bit more. But right now, since they're already out of they just got out of the inner circuit, they're still trying to figure out who they are really. So I felt like it was easier to lump them all into one. So we have Drew with locks, dark skin, Vin, who's a younger person, who like is more adventurous, more ready to get out there. You can kind of feel that. You can kind of feel that in like the way that they talk. And then we have Sen, who is the older one, who like is just a little bit more responsible, a little bit more, you know, like particular of things. But I'm not gonna lie, when I was writing Sen, I had a particular character in mind from She-Ra, named Scorpia, who I love Scorpia. Scorpia is fantastic. But that was what I had in mind without even like, I tried not to, I tried to only focus on them, but I was like, I feel like I'm basically writing Scorpia a little bit, but like brown. So that was kind of where my mind was going. And then we have Sophia and Oliver, of who we meet later on, and they're part of the commune. We don't meet anybody else in the commune yet, because I felt like we could meet them later. And so Sophia and Oliver, I made sure to, throughout the story, like before they started to feel really comfortable with Sophia and Oliver, Vin and Drew only responded to them, or only thought about them. Well, Drew did only think about them, since it's from Drew's point of view, as Soph and Ollie. So I wanted to make sure that was like peppered out. I think I might have like did one little mistake there where I wrote out Sophia's name, but mistakes happen. And you know, over time, like as they were feeling more comfortable with Sophia and Oliver, they like started saying their names, started like, you know, really digging into she, like referring to Sophia with she, her terms, which brings me to my second point, which is the choice of having basically all the characters except for Sophia go by they, them, and except for some of the people in the commune, of which we'll learn about later. So I wanted to write about people with more, with like they, them pronouns, not the typical like she, her, he, him, that you like see all the time in stories. So I wanted to write about it without having to feel like I had to focus on it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel like I wanted to make it seem like that was the only reason why I was writing this story. I wanted to write it in a way that felt as comfortable and as normal as writing she, her, or he, him, just so that people can see that, oh, you can write people in this tense or in this with using those pronouns without it feeling like awkward, or that's the only thing that they focus on when they speak about people with like terms or terminology or pronouns that don't fit with the societal norms. So I wanted to write in that form, and using they, them, like it also eliminated the whole entire having to upplay any like stereotypical societal norms. So I felt like that was also a cool little spin, especially since all of them being they, them was governmentally like mandated. And the people in the commune read about other people who went by different terminology, different pronouns, and they decided for themselves if they wanted to stick with they, them, and if that felt comfortable to them, or if they wanted to be like Sophia and change their pronouns to something that fits more towards their feelings about themselves, using she, her for Sophia. So I felt like I wanted to write in that way where I didn't have to feel like just tied down to gender in that way, because I feel like when people write about gender that isn't in the like typical norms, that's the only thing that they focus on. I feel like that takes away a lot from what you can talk about instead. So yeah, I wanted to not have that be the main focus. but it is a notable feature in the story. And then let's see, anything else? Oh yes, so at the end, it was an abrupt ending. It ended with Sen waking up from the tub, with groggy hello, and not giving us a final decision on what Sen, Vin, and Drew feel about going into the commune. Which brings me to an exciting point, which is I can just keep on going with this, which is exciting. I really liked writing this, and I was like trying to make sure that it was in a specific specific set of like pages, specific set of words, so that it didn't go over a short story, like what a short story could be. It was already pretty long, so I was like, okay, let me stop it here, but let me stop it here and not think that that's the end. I could keep on going with this, very much so, especially with the ending being so abrupt and being so left on a cliffhanger that because Sen, Vin, and Drew, they've been together this whole entire time. Maybe they won't go with Sophia and Oliver. Maybe they'll see, maybe we can do this by ourselves, or this is too much, this is too scary, we need time for ourselves. Or maybe they'll just be with Sophia and Oliver, and Sen will want to be with them as well, and just live with a commune, live with like-minded people who want to go against the government, who want to fight back against the government. And I felt like that was I was just happy with the way that it ended that way, so that I can expound upon it. And I'm excited to be able to expound upon it in the future. So yeah, I think that is basically what I wanted to go over. I felt like everything else was a little bit, said for itself without me having to go even deeper into it. One thing that I do actually want to focus on is the Robo Dog, basically RoboCop dog, which we've seen playing out in Black Mirror, and we see played out now, because they literally have robotic looking dogs that police, which is multitudes of completely dystopic and terrifying. So I wanted to write about that because, you can see that maybe they were the prototype. It seems like they were the prototype for the government, the capital G government in my story. So yeah, be careful, y'all. So we are, I feel like it is a trying time right now. Everybody stay strong. Educate yourself before making big decisions. Sounds coded, kind of, but I feel like y'all know what I mean. Educate yourself. Know what it is you're doing. Yeah, that's about it. Can't wait to make another video. When I do, it might be it might be like a couple more weeks, or it might be literally next week. But one way that you can never miss any of these videos when they do come out is if you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, just so that we can all read together, and it'll be really nice. And if y'all wouldn't mind, just hit that little like button. If you've made it this far, please just share with your friends and your family my 2 stories, The Aberrations and Drowning. Please just share them with them. You don't know if somebody needs this right now, if somebody needs a little bit of fiction, because we're just being bombarded with factual fiction, and the and it gets a lot sometimes. So creative outlets are very, very important, and I want everyone to feel like they have a creative outlet of some kind, even if it's seeing somebody else, like myself, doing my own creative outlet, because it helps, it helps people. It helps people out. It helps writers out. It helps people who just love to read out. It helps anybody out, So, yes. Thank you again. Stay safe, y'all. Make sure to wear those masks, and I'll see y'all later.